Rashad Ammari carefully folds a black FC Barcelona jersey while standing behind the counter of his sports shop in Shune. While it may not seem unusual to see a sports store named after El Clásico, the famous football match between rivals Real Madrid and Barcelona, it is unusual to see that its owner is a 25-year-old with a university degree in tourism.
With jobs disappearing, it's good to depend on yourself and your own work.
Ammari says he used to work for the Radisson in Aqaba as a waiter. And while his paycheck from the hotel may have been slightly larger, he says owning his own business in his hometown offers its own rewards, including a better quality of life.
It's better than working in Aqaba, where I finish work, go back home, sleep, and that's it. 24 hours a day. All I do is work.
Ammari says he's now able to spend quality time with family and friends after work. He opened his store in February of 2010 after applying for a revolving loan fund run by the Noor Al Hussein Foundation. NHF hopes to offer young people, especially women, new options when it comes to employment through the next phase of its Poverty Pockets Empowerment Program, creating interventions by drawing on the expertise of its different institutions, like the Information and Research Center, which analyzed the socio-economic situation of the people living in the northern Jordan Valley.
Women were not involved in income generation. This is partly cultural because of our gender biases, our inability yet to understand the value of their economic participation. Youth had very little hope for the future. If they couldn't guarantee a job with government or with the military, they didn't know where else they could go.
Murad presented the IRC's findings to NHF's Community Development Program team, which then came up with a list of recommendations that NHF presented to the Ministry of Planning and International Cooperation in order to secure the grant to fund interventions in 7 poverty pockets in Jordan. The next step, promoting all the interventions that NHF has to offer to the local communities, which include vocational and business training and access to financing through new revolving loan funds. This interactive play, presented by actors from the Foundation's National Center for Culture and Arts, invites audience members to come up with solutions to its main character, Firas's lack of employment.
You were a waiter in the Saadi restaurant and you were doing very well. You should not have left your work until you found something else.
What about my dignity? The restaurant owner yelled at me in front of the customer, even though the customer was at fault.
Interactive plays like this address the so-called culture of shame that's often associated with jobs in the service industry, and the idea that pride can serve as a stumbling block when seeking employment opportunities. Actor Gandhi Saber, who plays the lead character Firas, explains.
You have options, and staying at home is the wrong option for you to choose. But if you take action and go out in the community and get hired for a job, then you would have made the right choice.
The audience watches as Firas's mindset regarding employment begins to change after learning about a neighbor who successfully opened her own nursery after taking out a loan from a microfinance institution.
We were talking about Firas's plumbing certificate.
Firas's brother-in-law Adnan reminds him about the training he received to become a plumber and offers to connect him with the business development resources that are available in order to open his own business.
Yeah, Firas, let's put excuses aside. Listen, there are institutions for business development. For example, they will see the business, how much it costs, where's the best location, and the profit margin.
At the conclusion of the presentation, Poverty Pockets Program Manager Mohammed Al-Zu'bi invites audience members to take advantage of the initiatives that Noor Al Hussein Foundation has designed for the Northern Jordan Valley through its Poverty Pockets Empowerment Program.
We heard a lot of requests. Some want to attend vocational training, some want technical training. Some want to be trained on how to do feasibility studies, and some want loans. So the staff members who work in this program will now communicate with the people who actually attended the play today to effectively deliver the services to them in a simple, easy way.
25-year-old Sana Quran hasn't worked in 3 years after earning her diploma in accounting, citing customs and traditions as preventing her from working in certain types of places.
The parents' customs and traditions prevent me from working at a coffee shop or restaurant, but I can work in a clothing store or an accessory shop or in a big supermarket like in a mall. I may be able to work there, but a small coffee shop or restaurant, no.
However, Quran mentioned that watching the play reminded her that she does have an idea for launching her own business that she'd like to pursue. 21-year-old audience member Yaman Smadi has been looking for work since completing his university degree in accounting 4 months ago.
I looked for a job, but when I go on an interview, they all tell me the most important thing is experience, additional accounting courses and skills. What they are concerned about the most is experience.
After seeing the play, Smadi says he's willing to reconsider the option of taking an internship just to gain more experience. Not everyone in the audience is unemployed. 38-year-old mother of 6, Naifa Abdullah Naimi, who's from Shune, enrolled in NHF's How to Start Your Own Business course offered at the Women's Business Development Incubator in Irbid in July, and launched her own pastry business without taking out a loan.
Thank God, it brings income, and it has improved the family income. I feel that there's an income coming into my household where I can spend it on household expenses and to educate my kids. Yes, the family condition has changed.
Success stories like Naif's and Rashid Ammari's are ones which NHF hopes to replicate in this next phase of its Poverty Pockets Empowerment Program in the Northern Jordan Valley, and in the 6 other communities it'll be working in. Training workshops will soon be underway for future business entrepreneurs and for those wanting to create their own job opportunities as a means of improving their standard of living or their quality of life. Rashad Ammari's advice?
I encourage them to open up their own business and go on an adventure like I did.